Ever pondered why the income of OnlyFans models is dwindling? In today's deep dive, we're exploring 7 compelling reasons that are shaking up the OnlyFans economy. From the effects of high inflation and interest rates, to the awakening of subscribers realizing they're not getting the value they thought, to the boom and bust cycles of internet trends. We'll also discuss the role of supply and demand and the intriguing trend of passport bros. So buckle up and stay tuned as we delve into these 7 reasons. Firstly, let's consider the economic factors at play. Picture this. You're juggling high inflation with rising interest rates. Your disposable income is shrinking, and you're forced to prioritize your spending. Now ask yourself, would you choose to pay your rent or maintain an OnlyFans subscription? Most rational folks, when faced with the choice between keeping a roof over their heads or subscribing to an OnlyFans model, would naturally opt for the former. It's just not sensible to risk losing your home for the sake of an OnlyFans subscription. Now, let's delve deeper into the economic implications of this scenario. High inflation and interest rates mean that money is tight. People have less to spend on non-essentials. And let's face it, an OnlyFans subscription is a luxury, not a necessity. It's something people might indulge in when times are good, but when the economy is under strain, it's one of the first things to go. Moreover, as the cost of living continues to rise, fewer and fewer people have the disposable income to splurge on digital entertainment. This is particularly true for platforms like OnlyFans, where the value proposition is increasingly being called into question. So it's not surprising that fewer people are willing to spend on OnlyFans. The harsh economic climate simply doesn't allow for such extravagances. Secondly, men are realizing they're getting a raw deal. They're waking up to the reality that their OnlyFans subscriptions may not be providing the genuine experience they once thought. Imagine this. You're in a digital strip club. The glitz, the glamour, the promise of personal interaction, but here's the catch. You're likely not chatting with the starlet herself, but rather a staff member behind the scenes. The illusion of intimacy is shattered. You're not getting that 3-minute lap dance, no matter how much you're willing to pay. Instead, you're left peering through a digital window with no real connection, no tangible exchange. You're pouring money into a fantasy, a pixelated promise that doesn't quite deliver. It's like buying a ticket to a concert only to find out the band isn't really playing live. In essence, it's a pricey service with little return. Thirdly, respect and realization are key. Men, often unfairly branded as slow or even unintelligent, are far from foolish. The truth is, it may take time for some to discern the reality of situations, but once they do, they act accordingly. This is happening now with the OnlyFans platform. Many men are growing weary of shelling out considerable amounts of money, only to be met with disrespect. They are recognizing the lack of value in these transactions and are choosing to spend their money elsewhere. This trend is not about being cheap or miserly. It's about respect and value. Men are realizing that they deserve respect for their hard-earned money, and that they can find better value in other forms of entertainment or interaction, so it's not surprising to see the shift. Men are not as gullible as some might think. Fourthly, we cannot ignore the boom and bust cycle. The economic wizard, Ray Dalio, famously said, "Everything happens in cycles." This principle applies to everything from the stock market to pop culture trends and yes, even to OnlyFans. The platform has seen a meteoric rise with creators and subscribers flocking to it in droves. It was a boom cycle, a period of rapid growth and prosperity. But as with all good things, this too had to come to an end. OnlyFans is now in the throes of a bust cycle. Subscriptions are declining, revenues are falling, and disillusionment is setting in. The platform, once a goldmine, is now more of a ghost town. But remember, this is a cycle. It's not the end of the world, just the end of a trend. Just like any trend, OnlyFans too had its peak, and now it's on the decline. Fifthly, the simps might just be broke. Now, this is purely speculation, but it's possible that some of these die-hard fans have exhausted their bank accounts, pouring their hard-earned money into OnlyFans subscriptions. Let's face it, no one has an infinite supply of money, and there's a limit to how much one can borrow. Think about it. How many stories have we heard of addictions leaving people with empty bank accounts, leading to lost homes and devastated livelihoods? Well, the same could be happening here. The addiction to online personas and the illusion of intimacy could be draining these simps of their financial resources. And let's not forget, the more you spend, the more you'll need to earn to keep up with your spending habits. But with inflation and interest rates on the rise, that could be a struggle. Overspending on OnlyFans could lead to financial ruin. After all, there's only so much one can spend. Sixthly, it's all about supply and demand. Picture this, a bustling marketplace where everyone is selling the same product. As more and more vendors set up shop, the quantity of the product increases. This is the current scenario with OnlyFans. More and more creators are popping up, oversaturating the platform with content, but here's the catch. The number of new subscribers isn't keeping pace. Now imagine you're a customer at this crowded market. Suddenly, you discover that the exact product you've been paying for is available for free elsewhere. This is the predicament many OnlyFans subscribers find themselves in, with rampant content leaks plaguing the platform. Why shell out your hard-earned cash for something you can get at no cost? It's not a substitute good we're talking about, but the identical product. This brings us to a fundamental principle of economics. When supply exceeds demand, prices inevitably fall. In the context of OnlyFans, the price here is the income of creators. As the platform becomes more saturated and content leaks continue, the income of OnlyFans models is dropping, so the way the cookie crumbles is pretty clear. The oversupply of content, coupled with a lack of fresh subscribers, and the issue of content leaks has led to a dip in the income of creators. It's simple economics, folks. When supply exceeds demand, prices inevitably fall. Lastly, let's talk about the passport bro trend. It's a fascinating phenomenon, where men are realizing they can extract more value by traveling and meeting people in real life, instead of spending on digital interactions. It's about men deciding to take control of their own destinies, to seek out genuine connections rather than hiding behind a screen. Think about it. When you're a passport bro, you're not just paying for a fleeting moment of attention from a virtual persona. Instead, you're investing in experiences, in cultures, in personal growth, and, most importantly, in real relationships. You're opening yourself up to a world of possibilities, something that no subscription to an OnlyFans account can provide. Sure, traveling might seem more expensive at first glance, but when you factor in the emotional and psychological benefits, it becomes clear which option provides more bang for your buck. And let's not forget the excitement of exploring new places, the thrill of immersing oneself in a different culture, and the joy of making genuine connections. The passport bro trend is about more than just travel. It's about breaking free from the shackles of a digital world. It's about reclaiming the human experience in its raw and unfiltered form. It's about men realizing that they deserve more than just a digital facade. So why spend on OnlyFans when you can get more for your money elsewhere? So there you have it, the 7 reasons why the income of OnlyFans models is dropping. Firstly, people are prioritizing their basic needs over entertainment due to economic constraints. Secondly, men are realizing that OnlyFans might not be the fair deal they thought it was. Respect and realization also play a part. Men are seeking respect and are tired of being seen in a negative light. The boom and bust cycle of the economy also affects OnlyFans, and it seems we're now in a bust phase. Simps might also be running out of money due to their OnlyFans addiction. Supply and demand is another factor, as the growing number of OnlyFans creators outpaces the number of new subscribers. Finally, men are finding more value in becoming passport bros. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe with bell notifications, and share this video. Thanks for watching.